Hey, today I'm going to talk about the team I'm using to climb in the Great League. A team that pushed me above the 2400s. The team is very similar to the team I was using on the last season, at least on the last days of last season, with Azu, Toxicroak, and Galarian Stunfisk on the place of Registeel. Galarian Stunfisk has a better matchup against Steel types, are worse against Grass types, but have very similar matches across the board. Having a Galarian Stunfisk instead of Registeel allows my Azumarill to carry Ice Beam and Play Rough. Play Rough for the mirror. It's very important for me to win the mirror because this team kind of struggles a bit against Azumarill in the back, mostly in the back. So having my Azu with Play Rough really does help. And Ice Beam to help me against the grass types, mostly in the back too. So let's just jump into the battles. I'm going up against ATD 3-3-3. I'm using my Toxicroak as a lead and go up against Zapdos. I lose this lead. It's not the worst because counter adds up, but a Thunder Shock plus Drill Peck gets to the charge move so fast, to 40 energy. I'm going to throw Mud Bombs and hopes he shields. He honestly has to shield because Mud Bomb, even being resisted, Zapdos is very squishy. So he grabs both of my shields. I grab one of his shields, and I realize here I have to switch. I cannot stay in this match. I'm going to definitely lose the lead, and boom, there we go. I sacked my Galarian Stunfisk on the Drill Peck, which is amazing for me. He switches into the Deoxys defense, which is not a counter for Galarian Stunfisk. Because, yes, counter is super effective against me, but his charge moves don't do anything. The charge move that's going to be doing the most damage is Psycho Boost, and that's going to lower your defense. So, a very decent matchup for Galarian Stunfisk. Mostly in down shields, because up shields, Deoxys can beat you. I'm waiting here, thinking about switching because I don't wanted to get farmed down, but I had so low HP, and boom, there we go. I catch the Thunderbolt on my Toxicroak. That's what I was saying about a good matchup. I suck it twice, losing the lead, and that allows me to farm down the Zapdos. Here's a grass type that luckily doesn't resist or takes neutral damage for Play Rough. I get the Play Rough through. I think he had an A Leaf Blade, but Leaf Blade wasn't enough to KO me. So GG, that was a good game, good match, good set. I'm going to start I started this battle kinda late because I forgot to click on the record button. But I lost the lead to Skarmory, switching to my Azu, and he switches back into his Azu. I have Play Rough for this match, so it's going to depend on energy, shields. I have a slightly energy advantage, but also slightly HP disadvantage. We all know how this matchup goes. Play Rough against Play Rough. Hope to and wait to see which Azu is going to KO the other one. I invested a shield because I wanted to show that I carry about switch advantage, and I do, and I did. But I think I lost switch here. I got very close to. I have to check against this match. I go for the Ice Beam because it costs less energy for me, and it's going to KO the Azu because super low. I lost switch, which was sad, but he throws. He doesn't have energy. He honestly could have farmed it down, and that will have put me in a worse position. But that's okay. I have a shield, lost switch, get some energy on my Toxicroak, and I have my Galarian Stunfisk, switching to my Galarian Stunfisk to counter his Skarmory. He switches into his Galarian Stunfisk. I have an energy advantage and a shield advantage, so I'm super fine in this match. I'm going to shield. He can't get to a Rock Slide and an Earthquake, so I'm fine. Expanding the shield and farming down. Even if he tries to bait me, he did not. GG, I won the match. I'm going up against High Delrune now. second match of the set. I start with a weird lead. If they have Psycho Boost, you have to get out of that match with like 100%. If they don't, you can win. But it's kind of a weird match. I don't like to play it out. I should have Rock Slide. I knew that was above the energy you need to Psycho Boost, but I get so scared. I don't want to get my Toxicroak dead. Because he dies from my Psycho Boost. Even if the X's defense lowers his attack stat, Psycho Boost kind of trucks my my boy. Okay, he switches into Sableye. I go into my Azu. This match, I think, goes for me, even though not shield, because he doesn't have return or what is called Shadow Sneak. With Shadow Sneak or return, you can beat this. You can win this match as a Sableye. If I'm not mistaken, his Sableye is also best body boosted. I go for the Ice Beam because Sableye is fairly squishy, and this is not going to KO, but just by slightly. And he can't farm me down. My Azu is very low, so he's going to get like one much extra energy. I'm fine with that. He tries to suck his Deoxys defense. It doesn't work out. Nice, I get more energy. I have almost 2 Mud Bombs to throw at this Galarian Stunfisk. Galarian Stunfisk is going to KO me with a Rock Slide, and I'm going to have my Galarian Stunfisk up against his. I can take an Earthquake, full HP, so I'm going to win this, even if he has an energy advantage. I don't think it's IV dependent. Honestly, you have to have a really bad IV or Galarian Stunfisk to lose, to die, just for an Earthquake. Kind of taking a long time to find me somebody. Okay, I against MRDR 2012. Wigglytuff against Toxicroak. I lose the lead. I can take a shield, waiting to take a shield, but I wanted to switch right away. And I get hard countered. Ferrothorn is super awful against Azumarill. For the Azumarill part. Because you need to land like 3 charge moves with Azu. And Ferrothorn can land 1 Power Whip and almost farm you down. Yeah. 1 Power Whip and farm it down, plus the damage with Wigglytuff, that what allow him to farm it down. I didn't throw my Ice Beam, which is very good, because now I can get a good amount of energy from my Toxicroak shield once, because he's only going to get to a Flash Cannon or Thunder in this case. So I'm fine. I'm going to bait here. I'm not sure if you needed to bait, if I needed to bait, but kind of worked out. Here I baited. I definitely should not have, because I was only going to get to a charge move, and if he didn't shield, I would have been in a very sad position. Luckily for me, he did. Now I switch into my Galarian Stunfisk to win against his Wigglytuff. I go for the Earthquake. Maybe Rock Slide would have been enough, because Wigglytuff is not the tankiest Pokemon around, but I don't know. I don't get a stab. I'm better off throwing the Earthquake. Don't shield the Play Rough or an Ice Beam. I wasn't going to do that much damage, so not shielding was fine. And I'm going up against a Galarian Stunfisk with a shield and an energy advantage. So we all know how is this match going to end. Shield the Rock Slide, doesn't matter. So it was only going to get to a charge move, so that's fine for me. I throw my Rock Slide and GG. Good game. Now I'm going to start the 4th battle. Kanjinho, 1306. What does he have? Do I lose the lead or win it this time? I won the lead this time. Galarian Stunfisk. And Stunfisk is a very good lead. He's going to get a shield from me if he wants to stay, because I lost in the 0 shields. But okay. I throw my Sludge Bomb. I like to get a shield in this match. And I also was thinking, do I want to switch right away into my Azu? I have a good matchup against Galarian Stunfisk with Azu. but I switch. Yeah, it's more preferable for me to switch. Not gonna lie, I wanted to catch the ice beam into my Azu, but I lost track a bit of energy. He did a nice switch into Azu. Yes, yeah. And now he brings back Galarian stuff, which is odd to say the least, because Azu wins this match. Even if you don't have Hydro Pump, I baited the Hydro Pump there. Luckily for me, he shielded. I'm going straight Ice Beam because Play Rough will have, it's resisted. So I'm going to play out this match. I don't think I'm going to shield, because letting my Toxicroak farm more, it's better for me. I switch into my Toxicroak, he's locked in here. And Toxicroak is very good to getting shields and doing good amount of damage with the Sludge Bomb, so I'm fine investing a shield here. Farm down the Toxicroak. He's going to bring an Abomasnow. Snow. Amazing for me. This team I like to talk about because it's super good for Toxicroak. All of those Pokemon loses to Toxicroak, or in the case of Azum, it's kind of soft up against Toxicroak. So, and the team is very, very, but very popular. So I recommend it to. So that's why I love Toxicroak in this new season. Loving here. Now, my last opponent, Beedrill. Oh, Beedrill is kind of tough for my team, because the only Pokemon that beats Beedrill on my team is Galarian Stunfisk, and also Beedrill can hurt me with Drill Runs. I decided to stay in this match, invest shields. The problem is he baits me. I wasn't going to shield. I recommend you not to shield the first charge move of Beedrill, because I find out the Beedrills mostly bait if they are in the lead at least once, and yeah, I recommend you not to shield the first one. I tried to suck. He had the same idea as me. I think we both got wrong the amount of fast moves you need to get to charge move. But fine. But that's really good for me because I have my Azu against his Drifblim. Azu has a kind of positive match against Drifblim. If he baits in the one shield, I think you lose as an Azu. But that's what you're baiting with a Icy Wind, lowering the attack of the Azu. So not that you're going to really get that a good amount of times. And he's up a shield, so he can decide to win me, so win up against me in this match. He doesn't. I like that. He brings his Beedrill. I think he wanted to farm down, but he can't because he's super low. He throws a charge move. I go into my Toxicroak, farm down. And I think this player tried to farm down my Toxicroak. Yes, you're doing super effective with Mud Shots. Mud Shots is a very very little damage. Fast move. That's what I'm trying to say. It does a very little amount of damage. There you go. Now I have my Galarian stuff is up against his, like a shit ton of matches I showcased. And as I said before and I showed before, you can survive an earthquake. So that's fine. I have my 5-0 here. We're going to catch an annoying Skarmory and climb to the 239200. 2392. 82 boss. And GG, that was my battles. Thank you for sticking with me throughout the video. You can check me on Twitch. You can leave a comment in the comment section if you want to adapt something to my battles. Thank you. And thank you. Bye-bye.